So you finish your presentation and now you enter the Q&A portion of the event. Many times, and you've probably seen it, hopefully not experienced it, people crash and burn during Q&A. One of the things that'll make people nervous is the multi-part question. So let's unpack how to answer this. Hello friends, I'm Alex Lyon, a communication coach. This channel is here to help you increase your impact so you can lead your teams to higher levels of excellence. One of the ways we get evaluated as leaders is by our public speaking skills. People see a good public speaker and they say that person's a good leader. That's how they do it in their mind. Important part of public speaking is that Q&A session afterward. When the questions come straight down the line, easy, no problem. But when people start asking multi-part questions, that's one of the things that gets us a little nervous. So let's discuss how to decode this and understand it, and then how to answer it. So in terms of our mindset and how to decode this, I am tempted to think, man, they're trying to paint me in a corner. They're trying to trip me up. However, I don't think that that's really what's going on. I think they, first of all, want good answers to their questions. I think the other thing that's happening is they know that you're probably only going to call on that person one time, and so they're trying to get all their questions in. Because once you answer one question, they'll go on to someone else. So they're trying to ask them all at once so they get the information they need. So try not to see this as a hostile or confrontational moment. Just handle the situation as if you're being asked separate questions. So I once saw a speaker do this really well. The question was something along the lines of, I have a two-part question. The first part is, how are you going to decide where to make budget cuts? And the second part is, do you have any plans to bring in more revenue? Now, separately, those are two totally fair questions. And so what the speaker did was wonderful. She answered the first question and then she forgot. And so she simply said, could you remind me of your second question? The person repeated it and she answered it. She maintained composure the whole time. She never acted as if it stumped her. She never acted as if she were embarrassed that she forgot. She just said simply, could you please remind me of your next question? We're human. There's nothing wrong with briefly forgetting a question, especially when they ask a two-part question or maybe even a three-part question. Everybody's going to understand if you need a little reminder. Yeah, maybe you take notes if you can, but if you don't have the opportunity to pause and take notes, just ask that question again. Now, what if they ask three questions? So they'd say they ask two questions. You handle each one pretty concisely because it's two questions. You want to handle each one. If they ask three questions, you still have to be concise. You don't want this to turn into a monologue or a dissertation style answer. So if they ask three questions, I think that you can be even more concise with each of your answers. And the reason here is really simple. First of all, the expectation to answer a three-part question with all the right details in place is not really realistic, especially when there are other people there that want to get to their questions. So you don't want to let one person dominate the event by asking a multi-part question and expecting long answers. So you handle each question really concisely, even if it's three, maybe even more concise, and then you call on somebody else, and that's a totally fair way to handle it because everybody else there wants to ask questions too, and you want to be sensitive and appreciative of what they have to bring to the conversation. So this channel, as I mentioned, is here to help you increase your personal communication skills to help bring your leadership to the next level. And I want to hear from you. What are your tips for handling Q&A after presentations? I would love to hear your comments in that section below. So thanks, God bless, and until next time, I hope you get to use these tips after your very next presentation.